have a good lane and can get to like a critical mass PL, I think he can do it. I think he can do it.
Let's see if this Undying commits to as many consumables as we saw last time. That could be a big difference, because you mentioned how Naga can out-farm the PL, but a PL with a good start does farm pretty decently, and an Undying into a Centaur, that could be the combo you want to, maybe even pick up some early kills and really speed up that PL.
For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome to the stream as we've got ourselves our fourth and final series of the day here. It is Tundra Esports taking on the side of Aurora. As we're just getting started in game number one, we're going to see a late smoke here from Tundra head up onto the high ground. Jabs does have a ward here that's going to scout everything though. And with that, I think they know there's a ward up on that high ground. They should probably get the D ward pretty easily if they want it. Come on, 9 class. Yeah, I was like, you have to know. It's like no one breaks a smoke and backs like that without the vision. So they do at least get a D ward for the smoke. And they have the illusions from the Naga Siren on the other side kind of scouting out these heroes. I'm surprised they don't deny their ward, though. I think they absolutely saw them place this. So if they have a sentry, which it looks like Q does, he might grab the D ward. We'll see.
They may have placed it while still smoked.
Oh, true.
I'm not sure.
Actually.
I missed exactly who placed it.
It was the Shadow Demon, but I don't actually remember if he was under the cover of smoke when he got the drop off for it. So we will just head to the lanes.
It may also not be worth it because there's a limited amount of sentries at the start. And you might think there's one there, but it's like, oh, if I don't get anything out of it, that's going to feel really bad. And I might need this for the pull camps. So it might be safer if you aren't 100% sure.
We're going to see the lanes start to get a little bit aggressive in the top side here. Ollie, of course, wants to just kind of push this Kasane Centaur out of the lane, give 23 Savage the best possible start that he can get. And can do it pretty dang easily. You have, armor, but that does not really do much against an Undying, especially when you only have like 150 HP left, so...
Yeah, I think if there's going to be a kill, it's probably off that Undying lane going on that Centaur later on.
Potentially bottom lane. The blood grenade just barely expiring as Whitemon gets within tower range, and that bonus armor might have been the make or break for that first blood. So nice attempt there from Q. Almost managed to get the kill, but just barely survives.
Yeah, good. That's the danger of the knockback on Flame Break at level 1. Now, once she hits level 2 and has leap, unlikely to die. I swear. I promise. Looks like we're okay for now.
Thompson, yeah, just dies in the mid lane to Lorna. He was just tanking right click after right click, trying to survive and farm the wave under his tower. But we're also going to see some aggression top, and there it is. The tombstone comes through. 9 class trying to get the tombstone, but it gets denied anyway. And that is 2 very costly deaths already for the side of Tundra.
And Lornoff's not even that low on resources after that kill. Managed to pick up a water rune right after, so still full health, just richer now.
The rich always get richer. That's what I've learned.
So true. So true.
Well, I think if you're this mid-lesh and you're kind of looking at what your impact has to be this game, I think you're pretty dang happy, right? Like, you're going to be the one that has to kind of deal with this. Naga Siren is top lane. They're going to get aggressive here onto 23, and he's going to try and turn around and dump what damage he can back out to 9 class, but the 2 points double edge will be enough to find the kill. He actually doesn't have a stick on the PL. And Ollie will take the... Oh, he does get the Lotus barely. Trying to hobble away through the trees here, but there is a disruption. He's got plenty of stacks of the Shadow Poison, so ends up losing his life just to deny that away.
Very nice call from Tundra.
Dude, there's a lot of fighting in these lanes.
Yeah,
oh my lord.
Oh man, action everywhere. They recognize that the Undying kill from earlier burnt off all his regen, so then they play really aggressive there, knowing that they don't have to deal with the decay spam. So now they gotta be careful again. Ollie's back with the full tank. But that was a really, really cool call to pick up 2 kills right there.
Yeah, a lot of times the Undying, you don't mind if, you know, he's sitting in lane with no HP, no mana, but the hero also like is totally fine trading his life if it means he comes back to lane and can then dominate the lane for the next like several minutes. These side lanes are a bloodbath. So Thompson, he's in a little bit of trouble here. These 3 points in the Edict nearly finishing him off. Lornov was holding a bunch of points for a while. Ends up going for 3 points in the Edict, and Thompson finds out at the exact same time. He's like, yeah, this is doing a lot of damage.
That's the buff. Adds up. I think it adds up to 100 something extra damage by the end. 160, I think.
9 class trying to get away here. It's going to be close. Ollie does not have the damage, and 9 class will pop the salve, and a value salve since he's already missing some strength. Yeah, how many more explosions did it get?
The explosions are the same, but the damage is higher at each level. So at max level, it's like 30. It's 4 more damage per explosion, and there's 40 explosions total.
1 per level for every level. I see.
A little math for all the viewers out there.
Don't
lose some aggression on to 23.
He's forced to pop. Oh, he got very lucky on that doppelganger, but 23 Savage is still just in trouble. Just chases him down on the Shadow Demon. Very nice play.
Nice
2 points
kill.
of the disruption. Those things do a lot of damage.
Oh, definitely, especially against an illusion hero.
Yeah,
Tends to build a lot of stats.
We're seeing more aggression coming out from the side of Aurora as Jabs tries to get onto this Naga Siren, but able to get away.
So far, I mean, I know it's only like 5 minutes 40 seconds, but this is not how I thought this top lane would go with this Undying. PL's actually at the bottom of the last hits for all the cores, and that is with the Undying into the Centaur counter.
Dire are scanning.
Shadow Demon apparently just built different, you know? Top lane. Wait, where's the rune? Okay, it was bottled. All right. For some reason, I feel like I didn't see it spawn at exactly the 6 minutes, but shield rune for Lornov is fantastic.
Yeah, opens up a lot of dive pressure because you can do all your damage with spells pretty much, so you don't actually have to draw the creep aggro if you dive the towers, especially once you activate the shield rune. But it looks like he's actually just going to use the shield rune to farm up some stacks here.
He knows the supports are missing, right? And that Shadow Demon Mirana, you could have a shield rune, but that still might be a death when you factor in the Pango as well. So
it's so much chain stun.
He will back away safely, dodge out that gank, and I mean, this is all just good stuff for the side of Aurora. It's mostly just going to be 23 Savage trying to get his recovery. He's not having a great time, but Lesh is... He's doing well. He's doing very well.
Yeah, and that's the main playmaker we were concerned on. I think if you're going to prioritize any lane or like who to help out, you help the playmaker. Because if you help the carry's still just going to farm anyways and not really contribute to the rest of the team until later. So the fact that Leshrak's having a great game and is farming all these stacks, he's going to be really powerful as he finishes up some early items.
Well, the nice bait there, honestly, from 23. Like, that was a very sick play from him. Uses the doppelganger offensively to kind of throw some illusions to scout and ends up kind of dodging out the disruption arrow.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Both teams putting some pressure onto these safe lane towers, but it's a lot more difficult to dive the Aurora tower, right? Being an Undying.
I think so, but I also think that lane should have gone a little better for them, so maybe they do feel like they can dive a little bit. Where the 8 minute regen? That's like the best rune you could possibly get right now.
Dude, he's just going to be farming. Look at the amount of stacks that have been put into this Lesh already. We're going to see the Stampede come through, and they will use it. Kasane just like complete solo kill.
X
tries to TP out. What a grab from Jabs. Very close, but ends up missing the torrent, and that's going to get Kasane to safety. Thompson's coming through now as well. The disruption into the rolling thunder as Jabs will throw the bolt for now. The rum buff giving him a lot to work with, but this tombstone is just expertly placed here from Ollie, and he's going to be forced to bring it down as Q looking for more great stomp from this Centaur once again as Thompson will turn it around, just take down the Undying. Needs to be a little bit careful. Q, a little bit scary, but man, Jabs just jumped the gun on that Torrent. Felt like he had to bring him back immediately.
Yeah, because he didn't want him to spend too much time in Fountain and heal up, so he wanted to bring him back right away. But it does mean he missed Torrent because of it. But I kind of get what he was going for, because if you Torrent, but the guy's got like 500 more health because of all the time he spent in Fountain, like that's not going to get you a kill either.
Yeah, that's a really good point. We'll see this, the solo kill out from Kasane into the TP response right away, and yeah, just slightly too fast on the pullback. I mean, you have boat available as well, but that definitely hurts. Kasane is having a great game. Almost gets caught from a lasso here from the Bat Rider who just hit level 6, but manages to dodge it out. And in comes 9 class here once again. You actually don't have the Mirana, but your Pango not too far away as they're looking for Lorna. They will see him, not quite level 6 though. So no Demonic Purge available.
I like this from Lorinov. He got his Kaya. He's going to go straight BKB. It's going to let him play really aggressive to try to take control of the game for his team. If he doesn't get much out of it, though, that might hurt him in the long run, like using up all these BKB charges early on. But I like the idea.
I was kind of expecting something like an Eternal Shroud or like those lines, but I guess like this game, there's just, you have to be so worried about just getting hit from a single stun here from Tundra. So bottom lane, Jabs throws the boat again, doesn't quite connect as they're just going to drop the Stampede. They see the rolling thunder coming through from Thompson, and Jabs kind of just dodges out the stun. Never mind, and Thompson gets pulled back in. Nice little jump away for the moment, but dude, Tundra are just getting outplayed.
All right, in the draft, we were talking about greedy draft mode SEA. There's the other mode. There's never-ending fight mode. And currently, we got BKB queued up for both Leshrac and Kanga. I guess the plan's go, go, go with this Undying and the Bat Rider.
Now, don't get me wrong. Tundra still have the gold lead at the moment. This Phantom Lancer is very poor, and he needs his Aghanim Scepter like as his first item. He'll go back for a Diffusal, you know, after that, but it's gonna be a bit before this guy like hits critical mass. The main thing is they have to start shutting down and taking the map away from this Naga Siren. If Pure is able to continue to just farm up wherever he wants, you're gonna eventually run into some issues.
There's been so many stacks.
Even from the brightest.
This is how you make the greedy picks work. If you're just really stack efficient, you introduce more gold for your team into the game.
They want Lorna. Demonic Purge comes out. Arrow connects. The TPs are coming through. It's going to be the Kunkka. He's just too tanky. For the moment, Lorna survives Thompson. Will try to get that Rolling Thunder off, and he does. The Stampede coming through. They will finally catch Lesh. Maybe he's breaking the ankles. 3 heroes connect. They jump in. The Swashbuckle off the mark. Kasane, will he get the kill? He does. A nice grab. But it cost them a lot. 2 kills already in Q. He wants to find another. I mean, you bring 5 heroes from Aurora. Yeah, and you didn't have to bring the Naga Siren. It ends up being pretty nice, I think.
I think you're okay with this. Especially, I mean, maybe they don't know yet, but considering that he wants to go for BKB and they're picking up this early kill before he gets that, you're slowing down Aurora's early tempo, and I don't know if they recognize this or not yet, but I think they're going to be playing for the more long-term, like, let's get through this early aggression, and then we're going to be in a good spot. They're going to have very low cooldown BKBs. We're going to have a really farmed Naga. So I think that kill onto Leshrac it's probably okay for them, even though it costs.
All right. Yeah. I mean, your Centaur is still very farmed. Kasane, he had the Blink Dagger queued up, maybe thinking about going for the Veil, decides to finish the Veil anyway, which, I mean, honestly, without the Veil there, he doesn't get the kill onto the Lesh, so does end up paying off, but he's about 1,000 gold away from that Blink Dagger, and that Centaur Blink likely to play a pretty big role in some of these early pickoffs.
Q is pretty close to his own Blink too.
Yeah,
I like the timing coming out here. Probably around like 15, 16 minutes. Or maybe like, yeah, 16 to 17 minutes. I think they'll be ready to go with all these items.
I think every single time I have looked at someone on Aurora farming a jungle camp, it's been stacked. Like,
I know, right?
They have had so many stacks made this game already. It is wild.
Yeah, it's really cool. Some teams put a lot more emphasis on stacking, and it of course depends on your draft, whether you have heroes that can clear stacks or not. But some teams put a lot of priority on it, other teams do not. And it's cool to see that different style come into play. And for what I thought would be what looks like a fairly aggressive lineup, but they're still working in a lot of stacks to pick up that early farm to then play aggressive, I think that's really cool.
Q actually beating Kasane to the Blink Dagger just slightly as he TPs back to base, picks it up. Kasane has his coming out on the courier at this very moment, so we're likely to see these teams start to group up maybe around these, try and find a pickoff. I mean, it's going to come down to the initiation, right? Who finds who? A smoke on the bottom side of the map here, as it will take through the portal.
I wonder if they'll go with this Blink on Batrider right now. I feel like they're so close to BKBs, they should just wait and have like incredibly powerful timing.
They really are. Like the Kunkka is less than 100 gold. He's 5 gold away. Lornov is about 250. So that'd be great. But there's your Blink reveal top, and that's the big one. That's the one you wanted to get. You continue to slow down 23 Savage's game. And yeah, beautiful pick off. Great rotation there from Tundra. The smoke into the portal, of course. And you didn't really commit a lot, right? This is just the stomp into arrow. That's what we were talking about. You have a lot of setup between these two heroes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's easy to continue to do it.
I think Aurora's not too upset about that, though, because they want this timing. And they're like, okay, now we have the timing. Now we'll make space for you, PL. So I think if any hero to die, PL's actually not that bad. It would be worse if you killed, like, Leshrac and ruined his BKB timing. So, like, PL's just going to farm now anyways. He wasn't going to join this fight.
Speaking of the BKBs, here they come. Q looking for his option. They do see Whitemon. Does he go for it? Thompson able to get away for the moment. Dude, if they get out completely, this would be absolutely huge. He's just going to grab 9 class, the Shadow Demon. A nice way to start, but a beautiful arrow, and the Tombstone comes out. Thompson able to just try and roll away, make some space. They will grab themselves 1 kill as the Song of the Siren comes through to put a stop to this. Lornov focusing up on this mid tower, but a fortification will defend it. I mean, every one of these heroes just picked up some big items. Double BKB, we get the Aghanim Scepter from 23, the Manta style on the Naga Siren. They've caught Whitemon though. And they will be able to clean him up so dang fast.
Yeah, maybe stuck around a little longer. I thought Tundra was pretty happy with only losing 1 hero there. Maybe she just abandon that tower and go start pushing out other lanes. Aurora didn't have to commit any BKBs though, so even though they probably would have liked a few more heroes on that initial reveal, you'll still take that. You got 1 and then a second free kill into a mid tower, and you don't have to stop really. Maybe you wait for Flaming Lasso, but it's only 30 more seconds, so I think they can just start positioning into the next tower.
Yeah, I like their movement here to the bottom side of the map. It's just going to come down to whether or not they can find anything, because Kasane is also looking for an opening himself. Whitemon somewhat nearby, but Kunkka is not an easy kill. This dude has BKB, double bracer, raindrops, the Vam brace. This dude is very hard to kill. They do have a ward though, revealing Thompson here in the jungle, as well as the Shadow Demon. As the lasso comes off cooldown, obviously they want Thompson. He's got a haste rune. 9 class will break the smoke instead, and they will just find themselves another kill onto this Shadow Demon. Thompson managed to find an arcane rune as well. That is very nice. Taking that away.
Getting Thompson would have been nicer, but if Shadow Demon's next to a hero, you're almost forced to get Shadow Demon, because if you try to go on the other hero, Shadow Demon will save him. Might buy enough time for teams to rotate in. Not yet finding like the big fight they want, I think.
Oh, 23 Savage doesn't end up on the low ground, and they will finally find the real hero. That doppelganger, very unlucky. Ends up having like a ward sentry here that scouts out this rotation, but that's twice now that they've lost this shadow or this Phantom Lancer to these ganks. And Jabs is coming to put a stop to it. It looks like they're bringing in some TPs as well, as here comes Lorinov. They're looking to try and find Kasane. Would be a great grab, and they do. There's going to be X, the Torrent, the boat to follow, and without a Stampede, you are not getting away.
Pure is cutting the creep wave though, while hiding in the back. Gonna immediately TP back down here. So Pure still farming very, very efficiently, despite also joining in this aggressive play.
Yeah, has the Orchid on top of that Manta style. We'll likely see him go for an Eternal Shroud here fairly soon, right? You need something like that against the Leshrac. But for now, playing on the aggressive side, just wants to have those items to kind of farm with at the moment.
I actually thought we might see a Mage Slayer from Thompson still. It's really good versus Leshrac, but
yeah,
maybe decides the nerfs make it too hard to work with and is instead going for a Maelstrom, which is helping them to deal with the illusions of PL, helping them pick up these kills. But I wonder if Lorinov might... You know, I mean, if we're not dealing with him, this Leshrac's pretty farmed. I say as Naga has now just passed him.
Thompson looking to play with Jabs a little bit here in the top lane, but nothing really for him to bounce off of here with this Rolling Thunder. And as a result, Jabs will just walk away. He's going Radiance. I like this. I was wondering when we were going to see a Radiance against some of these Illusion heroes.
Yeah, got buffed, 5% more evasion. Gonna be pretty good.
He might need to BKB this. Yeah, he will. That is a really nice grab, but he does get the X into the... He misses the Torrent again. Oh, no. That was almost guaranteed a kill with the rotations in there from Q as well. He's looking for his lasso.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that BKB, but if you're going for the kill, I get it. Uh-oh. That's not great. I feel like Aurora went for these aggressive early items, but they're not quite finding, like, they're kind of picking up some kills, some Shadow Demons, a Centaur, but they haven't hit the big heroes yet this whole time. 23
Savage barely dodging out that hoof stomp from Kasane, and he's got a lot of damage coming through, but in comes the rest of this team. The X will catch Watmine, pull him right back in, but the song reset from Pure. All 10 heroes here hitting this choke. Oh, no! He ends up losing him. There's a lasso available for Batrider. If he can close the gap, he's got a bullwhip. He's going to use it, start to get close. If he can find the real Naga Siren to be nice, but a great Shadow Poison out there from 9 class. Lorinov looking through these trees, trying to find the opening. Up onto the high ground, maybe. You've got the BKB. They're just going to say, screw it. We're going to force Roche. What are you going to do? Kasane goes in, he misses the hoof stomp. Rolling Thunder coming through. Lorinov is going to pop that BKB, try and just chase down the Centaur. He just gets destroyed. Chewed right through him. Thompson will TP home as Q still fishing for that lasso. Great actual play call here from Aurora.
That scared me. When they just started doing Roche with the 4 heroes here, I was really worried about that. But he did still have his BKB, so he felt confident about it. And we saw him just like walk in with it, pop the BKB, and zone the entire enemy team. Like, no one wants to walk through this Leshrac.
Yeah, this guy does a lot of damage. You said they haven't really been paying attention to him. He's got his Kaya Sange. He also grabbed the Whisper of the Dread.
Oh, that's such a good neutral.
Such a good neutral for this guy. He is sitting on 22% spell amp at the moment. That's pretty good.
That's actually insane. And he's gonna get a Bloodstone now, so it's gonna be very hard to kill with all this extra health and the big AoEs.
Yeah,
I want to see a shard. I love the Leshrac shard, but core Leshracs don't usually build it. Kind of makes sense, but it feels like it's such a good item.
It's pretty cool that like literally every single one of his abilities get a larger footprint as a result of that item. It's pretty cool.
Maybe he'll get a Divine Rapier for the Spell Amp later.
You're really on this Divine Rapier today.
It's a hype item.
It really is. It's so much fun to watch.
Any game that picks up a Divine Rapier is extra hype.
Jabs is closing in on his Radiance, and honestly, he's not that far away. He's only about 430 gold, which will give this Kunkka a little bit more like kind of freedom in these fights. Thompson almost to his Aghanim Scepter. Pretty much the typical build. If you're going to go for like Diffusal Maelstrom, you always see Aghanim Scepter as like the follow-up usually, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eternal Shroud from Naga is online and already working towards that Bloodthorn, so she is going to be a lot more tanky against the Leshrac. But maybe if they clear out the rest of her team, right, and then just focus her down, that's an option. But she is hitting critical mass, and that's a little concerning for Aurora.
It's like, which one of these heroes are you more concerned about, the Phantom Lancer or the Naga Siren? Right now, it's obviously the Naga Siren with 5,000 more net worth in this PL, but we're seeing 23 Savage start to get active with his team. He's level 15, same as the Naga Siren, but they've caught Thompson bottom with the lasso, and that will be a nice pick off. Whitemon trying to leap in there with the mech, but he's just going to get ran down. Look at the damage from Lorinov.
Whisper the Dread so good. He's just
The Whisper the Dread is
people down.
insane.
He's got Diabolic Edict again. This tower's about to melt.
Radiant's bottom tower
Get in there. Yeah, there we go. Look at it go.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Wow. Yeah, this Lush hero looking quite sick so far, as Lorinov's definitely making a case for it.
I'm actually almost a little surprised they didn't just give him the Aegis.
Yeah, I agree.
But
But I mean,
all the
23 Savage has been
kills-
ganked like twice.
Yeah, so you're kind of using it to like, they're not going to fight into the four of us, and so now if they gank PL, he's got the Aegis. Maybe that's the idea.
Yeah, it might just be a farming Aegis.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Jabs underneath the ward, does have BKB. Is they're gonna go in, hit him on the disruption. Arrow coming through. He doesn't actually BKB. A beautifully timed stun out from Thompson, and they just burst him down. I don't know if he had a moment to respond with it, but maybe not expecting all 5 heroes of Tundra to show up.
Yeah, Aurora will take it easy now. You definitely want that Kunkka for your team fights.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tundra's going to try to make use of this, push in. Start getting this tier 2 tower, whittle it down, get some wards up. They don't really have any deep wards right now. Oh, I guess there's one in the top lane, actually.
Pure has his Bloodthorn now, by the way, which is quite scary. They've managed to catch 23 Savage here in the mid lane. Again, he does have the Aegis, but wait a minute, Naga Siren on the backside. Needs to be a little bit careful. The song's going to come through. We'll buy them some space. And Q, I can see him on the backside, maybe looking for an opening, but they will just let them disengage.
Yeah, maybe we'd see them chase harder if Kunkka was up. Kunkka is going
That's
to
a really good
teleport.
point. He's just going aggressively. He's like, I'm going to find them, guys. They're here somewhere.
Okay. But the illusions are going to scout it all out, so... Man, these Naga illusions are annoying. You see Q like dying in the back just to the Naga illusions.
He's pinging out 9 class. He's got him. Lasso will bring the Shadow Demon right back in, and with the PL, tries to TP. Unfortunately, they've got the detection.
Jab's trying to chase Whitemon. Missed the boat, but I think he's just going to run him down with a Radiance.
Yeah, okay. That'll work.
Radiant's middle tower is
Aegis just expired, but you're good. They can keep going. Tier 2 mid looks solid.
This Kunkka does a lot of damage with this build. Like when Tidebringer is up, his 300 damage, that is, he's ignored the torrent, knock up duration and stuff. He's like, I'm building to just cleave and farm, right? Like, this is a pretty cool build from Jabs.
Yeah, it'll be even cooler when he picks up a Divine Rapier. That'll amp up his Radiance and the right clicks.
Can we get a counter for how many times Quixotic here is going to talk about Divine Rapier, please?
I'll tell you what it is.
man.
You disassemble the Radiance.
Yes.
Boom. Halfway into it already.
Halberd and Rapier. I like it. We actually, for a long time, would see the disassemble of Radiance into Nullifier. Like, that's like a pretty common late game strategy from a lot of carries and stuff that like go Radiance, things like Alchemist and Lifestealer and stuff like that. They're like, wow, this Radiance doesn't really do much at 60 minutes or 50 minutes. And then you're like, all right, well, you just disassemble, buy yourself a Nullifier, and then everything dies. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's always fun. On a Kunkka, though, I think he's pretty happy having the Radiance.
Yeah, especially against the Naga. It'll be useful. Just the extra evasion and the missed chance for his team.
He's queued up a Lotus Orb. Actually, I kind of like that. Ooh, a little bit of a pause here. Disconnect from the Batrider. We can spend this time to do like maybe an item update on some of these other heroes, especially like supports. Like 9 class here on the Shadow Demon has his blink going for that Glimmer Cape. Where are we at bottom? Because we might see a fight breakdown here. We are very close.
I find it kind of interesting. They do have good wards down here for Aurora to want to fight down here, and maybe that's why they're here. They just want to like find a kill. But they've actually already taken this tower down here. But maybe they want the kills and then continue to set up here because Roshan will spawn in about, or it could spawn in a minute and 23 seconds, and it'll be daytime by then. So the next Rosh is likely to be bottom. Maybe they just want to set up the vision, hold this area. It is a minute away, so they could make a play somewhere else and then come back down here. But maybe putting a lot of emphasis on the second Aegis and wanting to use it to, you know, maybe try to break the high ground.
They also see Kasane. They saw him for a moment thanks to this ward, but right now they will not find their opening.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And you're gonna have to respond. Yeah, Naga Siren just pushing in the top lane, and that will send 23 Savage back, so that will probably just put a stop to this. All right, well. Time for Tundra to group up. The Moonlight Shadow comes out. They are moving their way towards bottom, but Jabs will make his way behind the tower. Ollie under the Glimmer Cape. They get a glimpse of him for a second, but he is pretty far back, and Kasane not really feeling bold enough to go for that dive. And they actually get a good defensive ward here, plays from Aurora, so they know that this rotation's coming. All right, they saw the ward sentry here reveal this in their jungle. Bornup goes in, he sees Night Class, and they will catch him on the stun. That is a quick pick. Dude, the AoEs on these Lush spells now are very scary. He's got the Bloodstone done. And Q's looking for more. He's looking for Whitemon. He's still got another leap available. They have to commit the Stampede even as well.
Fairly short Rosh timer too.
So looking for
they could
tops
get
and
Rosh
mid.
right now actually if they wait for it, but they don't know, of course.
That swashbuckle in ends up breaking the smoke from 23 Savage. He was trying to keep tabs here on Thompson as Q. I mean, he sees this Batrider coming. I don't think he's going to fall for it. Maybe wanting to turn around himself as the Naga Siren's coming through, and they will just blink away to safety. Dude, 23 Savage has had some really unfortunate doppelgangers this game.
Okay, saving up the RNG for later. The good ones are coming.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's how Dota works.
All right, big smoke out from Tundra. They want to take the fight over to Aurora's side. They see the PL top as he's like kind of retreating underneath a ward right here, and no Aegis this time. Oh, what a TP though. Really good read from 23 Savage. He is not going to get caught out this time as he is closing in on that Heart of Tarask, which will be a massive pick for him.
Can't kill me in my own jungle 3 times in a row.
As Rosh is up. And it will get scouted by Aurora. They want to go for this, but you need your PL to get down here. He is pretty far away. And Tundra
this is dangerous.
Tundra's making their way here under the cover of this smoke and this Moonlight Shadow. Lornov trying to break the smoke. He does, but he gets the BKB off. Nicely done. Kasane unable to hit the stomp. He will go ahead and just TP on out, it looks like. And that's going to be kind of... Oh, he TP'd to the tower. He's coming right back. They think they don't have a Lesh, but he's almost here. And it's just going to be the Kunkka trying to take through it. A great tombstone to buy him some space, but there's the stomp onto 3. The lasso comes through. They've got the Pango, but a nice Song of the Siren out from Pure. Can they get themselves out of this engagement? They need some help. Pure comes in, nice stomp, does catch the Kunkka, but it's gonna just be Lorna as well as this Phantom Lancer just chewing through these heroes. Thompson can't escape. Q's barely surviving as they've surrounded Pure. He goes down as well because Sonic tries to TP, gets caught from an X, and Torrent connects as well. And this fight, what a bait from this Lesh, dude. Just TPing to the tower instead. What a sick play.
Man, no one died for so long. That fight is so scary. I think Centaur like 5,000 plus health at some point, but Aurora just managed to live so long. Yeah, the first BKB TP out on Lesh, baiting Tundra to commit really hard, but they're committing onto a Kunkka who's affected by the Rum, then the Tombstone save buys a few more seconds, and that's all the time they need for the rest of the heroes to connect back in. Night Class? Very nice try.
Oh, very good attempt. But yeah, look at this. Like the immediate TP out, and you're fighting into BKB Kunkka, like you're saying, the buff and everything. This Tombstone save is absolutely amazing. Very good play there. And then it's just this split earth onto 3. Gives Kunkka the time to come out. Otherwise, he gets stunned there for like 4 seconds, right? And it's a completely different engagement. So huge plays from them. And, you know, they've put all their eggs in countering this Phantom Lancer, but you have a massive Leshrac problem now as well.
Yeah, some really big split earths, like quite literally with the Bloodstone, but then like on all the heroes it connected to. I think I even saw Thompson like swashbuckle right into a stun, unfortunately. So yeah, Lornoff having a great game. Really impressed with this play, like especially as a stand-in, right? That can put a lot of pressure on you in a way, or maybe it frees you up because you're like, I'm just here. Whatever's happening, he's been doing really well.
Yeah, 23 Savage is super farmed now as well. This gold difference between him and the Naga Siren, it's been about that 4,000 to 5,000 for quite some time, but compare him to the Pango and of course the Centaur, he's not killable really, right? Like he's sitting on 3,000 HP. He's got himself the Elven Tunic, the Heart of Tarask, and this Aghanim Scepter. He is a massive problem now as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, this BKB on Batrider too. He's gonna just be able to solo take out someone from this fight.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Tier 2 goes down as they're going to continue to barrel down mid lane. 23 Savage with this Aegis, feeling fairly confident. And Shard now. I was going to mention, I was like, we didn't even have the Shard yet, but here it is. Now we have the Shard.
Look at this. It is massive with the talent and the Bloodstone. I love this. I mean, I hate this when it's on the enemy team, but when it's on your team, it's awesome. It's like this massive area you're safe to play in.
There's a really good response to go cut this wave top as they're trying to push in. Japs will come back to defend. They will grab the tier 1 tower. They're not over committing here on the side of Aurora. They've still got this tier 1 top, tier 2 top. And for them, they'd much rather just take those out of the game and kind of free up their map in terms of wherever they want to push. But bottom, Q's looking for his target. Oh, he sees the swash. He's found Thompson. There's gonna be the lasso. He goes for the roll up, and it will stun them for a moment. But the split earth is in. Yeah, it just comes down right away. Thompson has no chance of getting that jump out, and the Stampede will not make it out for 9 class either. So, oh boy, those are 2 very good picks, and just honestly, Q, really good game sense for this.
Yeah, he's been finding a lot of great catches throughout this whole game. Let's see if they can finally get something out of this, because Naga's been so annoying. She's been creep cutting really well. It is the strength of the hero. You lose a little bit of XP when your illusions do it, but you get a lot of map control. And right now it feels like Aurora is firmly in control of the game in terms of fights, but struggling to actually then convert that into objectives.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Lornov on the Lesh just probably focus up and try and push through top. He does have Boots of Travel on top of his mana boots now, so he can get to his team pretty easily. He just wants to keep this lane away from his tower, I think. As again, they still have the Aegis in the mid lane as Phantom Lancer, bottom lane, just trying to focus up on the tier 3 himself, and he's getting some good work done, and Pure's not coming back quite yet.
They're pinging the creeps in the back. Mirana's going to go for a creep cut.
What a TP by Lesh. He knows. He knows. He's like, we got the scan, right? Someone's here. Someone's trying to cut this wave.
Yeah, really cool. I don't know who scanned that, but that was a great play.
And now they have one more wave to work with, and works perfectly because this Aegis would have expired otherwise. So they're going to XTP back the Phantom Lancer, get himself a little bit more mana. And Lorna will get to work on the tower. So they will get him another fortification, of course, here to defend the barracks. And Lorna has just got these split earths just running free here. They will see the TP in from the Centaur, so he has to like kind of blink to safety there for a moment. But Q gets the lasso once again onto the Pango. He gets the Rolling Thunder, and there's gonna be a stampede. He can try and turn around Lorna. Gotta be a little bit careful here. Has well, looks like he's fine. Saved by the Tombstone. Has a BKB when he comes out. It's just gonna be 23 Savage standing on the front line, just holding everyone at bay. What a save by Ollie. Aegis will expire.
So hard
full
to fight
heal.
into this.
He just goes. Does the edict work inside? It does. Okay, that's cool. I was wondering. I was like, I'm pretty sure his spells work from inside the Tombstone, and they do.
All right, one set of barracks down for Aurora. That is great for them, but can't be too overconfident with it because Naga actually can hold one set down. But they're gonna look to just hopefully repeat that. Maybe wait for Roshan because that Aegis gave them some extra comfort and safety. But we kind of saw there, like, Tundra's gonna have a hard time killing some of these heroes. Lornoff is so tanky now, sitting on the front lines.
Oh, what a torrent! It sees two into an immediate lasso. The Shadow Demon in trouble. They pop the BKB on Kasane, and a nice Song of the Siren, but Jabs, he really wants this Shadow Demon. He gets the torrent off in the last second. They will burn him down as the rest of the team will be able to disengage. I mean, honestly, the best case scenario, Lesh just getting bursted, but the Tombstone again comes out last second. He's gonna come out with the BKB, pop the Bloodstone, and he's gonna survive for now. Turn around onto Kasane. They grab him with the torrent, but he will be able to pop that Stampede, try to get the safety, but PL is dishing out so much damage now. Bloodthorn will catch the real one. Needs to be careful, but a nice Lotus Orb does come through. Thompson trying to burn through these illusions, but they're just too tanky. Lorna still available on the backside. They will go for the XTP. He's gonna refill in the base, and the assault onto this barracks just continues. 23 Savage, feeling so safe, but the lasso comes through again. They've got Thompson, no buyback. Kasane dragged through with that tidal wave as well, and X will catch him. He's isolated away from his team, and Kasane will go down. 9 class needs to be careful, but so does Puri. Pops another Song of the Siren. A moment to breathe, but not for long here as Tundra, the base still under threat here as the XTPs just continue to happen.
They placed their Roshan's banner top earlier as well. It's dead now, but that has helped keep this top lane pushed in, and now their creeps are right here. I think they'll just keep going. No buyback on Pango. They don't know that, but they'll try to force it out.
Oh boy, Lesh got the one item he'd be okay replacing that Whisper of the Dread with, and that is a Timeless Relic, so that's quite good. Almost to his level 25 as well. Q goes in, just gets the last, so he finds the Shadow Demon. Godlike spree for 23, no buyback available.
How can he keep doing that?
I don't know, man. Q has just been on it this game, and Pure's gonna just tank a stun here if he's not careful. So he's Lesh. Oh, arrow doesn't connect. He's looking for the backside, trying to get on top of that Undying, but he just has a Glimmer Cape. He's out, and now Pure needs to be careful. Pulled back in from the X, the torrent. He's surrounded. The Rolling Thunder doing it again, but just Undying is just buying so much space. It is just completely destroying Tundra. And that's all they need, really, is they will grab themselves the Mega Creeps. Thompson here on the Pangolier doing his best to survive, but it's only a matter of time as Q continues to chase. And there's the GG that comes through. Aurora will grab game number 1.
I think this Leshrac broke that game open.